Hi, welcome to the channel. The Chaos Space Marines 10th edition Codex is available for pre-order, and there's loads of multi-hour videos available for you to watch. I've watched as many as possible so I can bring you everything you need to know in under 7 minutes. Some things of note. The detachments look varied, strong and interesting. CSM players are going to be happy, I think. It's a pack codex with 8 detachments, 5 that represent legions, 1 for corsairs, 1 for demon engines, and a slightly changed index one. 500 points of your army can be battle eye units from the Chaos specific factions, Death Guard, Thousand Sons, World Eaters and now Emperor's Children. You can still bring Chaos Knights and Demons. Lucius and Noise Marines have gone as they'll be in their own downloadable Emperor's Children index. Accursed Cultists lost the model regen but gained Scout. Cultists generally don't get affected from detachment rules apart from the one that's particularly for them. Abaddon is now only Chaos Undivided, which is only particularly impactful in the index-like detachments. Fashtor is better and harder hitting. Warp Talons are fantastic. Each turn after combat they can go back into Deep Strike. And Chaos Spawn are now 0 OC, which is a shame. Dark Pacts are the main army rule and it's only slightly changed from the index. In shooting on melee, per unit, take a Dark Pact and gain sustained or lethal hits. You take a leadership test as well, and if you fail you suffer D3 mortal wounds, but still keep the buff. The change from the index is the damage is applied before you attack. It's well worth doing every time for the buff, and if you're wounding on a 4 or lower then choose sustained, and more than 4 choose lethal for the best option. Most things are leadership 6, so that damage isn't super likely, and you can take icons to re-roll the test as well. Now for the detachments, and as I've said, there are 8, each with their own flavour of rules and designed around a legion or units. Pactbound Zealots, the changed index detachments. Pick chaos marks for each unit and gain extra buffs. If you fail the Dark Pact leadership test, you don't get the mark buffs. You get critical 5s in different scenarios depending on the god, except Undivided, which is a reroll. For the strats, picking out the best ones. They're all 1 CP and Undivided units can get reroll wounds. You've still got the one called the Nurgle strat where you can gain stealth, and a Nurgle mark unit can't be targeted over 18 inches. The enhancements have been nerfed from the index, and the best one is Intoxicating Elixir, a 5+ feel no pain. This is good on a Demon Prince. Renegade Raiders, range weapons get Assault, and you get +1 AP against units on objectives. This is going to be a fast detachment and the extra AP really makes a difference. For the best strats, you basically got Armour of Contempt for -1 AP, and it's a battle tactic. You can get Advance and Charge. In Ruinous Raid for 1 CP, you can reroll hits and wounds against units on objectives when you get out of a transport. Don't forget you get that extra AP as well. The best enhancement is Mark of the Hound, it's 6-inch Scout. Veterans of the Long War. You get a Chaos version of Oath of the Moment. Select a unit and reroll hits against them. This is great combined with your Dark Pacts. Lots of good strats. You got another Armour of Contempt version for that -1 AP. You got a 6-inch reactive move when an enemy gets within 9, these are always good. The best enhancement is Eye of Abaddon. When your Oath target dies, which is likely, on a 4+ you gain a CP. Fellhammer Siege Host. -1 to wound when the strength of the weapon is higher than your toughness. This is a really good increase to durability. For the best strats, you got Steadfast Determination for 5+ feel no pain. This will get used every turn. You can force an enemy unit to have -2 to charge. And when attacked in melee, you can deal back mortal wounds, a bit like a grenade strat. The best enhancement is Bastion Plate. You can change a failed save against a unit to 0 damage. Soulforge Warpack, the Demon Engines one, this looks very exciting. When a Demon vehicle makes a Dark Pact, they can get an additional buff as well as sustained or lethal. The leadership test will be at -1 though, but the buff is boosted to +1 to wound in ranged or +2 attacks in melee. This is going to make your vehicles really killer. Some really good strats, Desperate Rage, you get an extra AP in shooting or fighting. Demonic Possession, turn any non-demon vehicle into a demon vehicle. This will be for the rest of the game, so do it turn 1, love it. Another cool one for a vehicle army, Unstoppable Rampage for 1 CP, move through terrain. There's a couple of good enhancements in this one. Units within 3 of the bearer can reroll hits, but those vehicles are taking an extra mortal wound from the Dark Pact. And Forge's Blessing, give a vehicle within 12 a 6+ feel no pain. Now for a couple of what I think are a little bit weaker. Deceptors, the Alpha Legion one. Give 3 units of Legionnaires and 3 units of Cultists Infiltrate. Big squads of Cultists taking objectives and blocking up the board turn 1 is going to be cool. Also gives you turn 1 charge possibilities and keep your opponent stuck in their deployment zone. The problem is after deployments, you have no detachment rules for the game. A couple of good strats. One to selectively give a unit 12-inch deep stride denial. In the current game, this is really powerful. Detonator for 1 CP, you can force Deadly Demise on something you've destroyed. And another reactive strat to move 6 if a unit gets within 9. The best enhancement is Shroud of Obfuscation. A character can be lone up and have stealth. Chaos Cults, the Cultist theme one. Units can take a Desperate Pact when moving, like a Dark Pact. You can get +2 to move or charge, but not out of reserves. You take wounds on failing a leadership test, and units that are trying to do this are generally worse leadership, so it's a bit more risky. You still take dark packs as well in shooting or fighting, but you are going to be racking up the mortal wounds against yourself. The dark apostle with a 5+ leadership is going to be key. A couple of good strats, chosen for glory. You get reroll hits, and if you pass your desperate pact, you also get reroll wounds. And a reckless haste, another one for speed, advance and charge. And the best enhancement is going to give your unit reroll advances and charges. Dread Talons, the Night Lord's one, it's very thematic. Units within 12 must take a battleshock test if below starting strength, and that test is also at -1. Leadership-based rules are always a little bit hit or miss in my book. A lot of the strats are battle shock based, as you probably imagine. Merciless Pursuit for 1 CP is cool. When an enemy falls back but ends the move within 6 inches of you, you can then charge them again. Pitless Hunters. Reroll all hits and wounds against a battle shock unit. It's a battle tactic and it's a really good buff, just a shame it's all about battle shock. Screaming Descent gives you a 3-inch deep strike for a jump pack unit, and it triggers a battle shock test against a unit nearby. This is perfect for Raptors who have an extra leadership debuff, making it a -2 test. And the best enhancement is Warp Fuel Thrusters. Jump back to reserves at the end of your opponent's turn. I actually think most of the detachments look good to play, and I'm interested to see what lists they start doing well in tournaments. I'll see you again soon. Bye.